You want to know something that's really hot and sexy? It's a person who can banter. In today's podcast, I'm going to talk about how to banter online. And all of this can be taken out in the real world. So you're going to want to wait till the very end when I actually share real lines. Yes, they're kind of like pickup lines that you can use. And first, I just want to say thank you for following. Make sure you subscribe, hit that button, send it to a friend, send it to an ex, whoever needs to hear this. We want to make sure that dating is fun again. So I want to get you confident. I want you to be successful and to have some fun dating. All right, well, let's get started. First, I want to say thanks to Sync Matchmaking. I feel like it's a tongue twister here. They are tried, trusted, and proven. I work with them. I am a matchmaker for Sync, and I need you in my database. Please click that link. If you want to work with me, you got to get in the database. I want to see you, meet you, know what you're looking for. So take about 15 minutes, or just 1% of your day. Don't maybe do the apps tonight, but instead get in my database. That would be fantastic. All right, you guys. Well, before we get started, something I do as a matchmaker is I always get feedback from clients after they go on dates. And I wanted to read to you this weekend's feedback from a date. Now, my client is a male. He's in his 50s, successful, good looking, and he is looking for his equivalent, as always. And I found him a beautiful woman also in the area where he lives. And again, I do anywhere all over the United States. We have matchmakers in Dubai, Canada. You need help, we got you covered at Sync. But I want to read what she wrote. And it was a fantastic date. And he already is a good guy, so I don't have to prep him. He already dresses well. He's got values and style and class. But this is what she said. She said, Katy, I had such a great time with him. We have some similar core values and beliefs. They're both from the Midwest. That's a bonus, which is important to me. We had fun with the cooking class. He brought me one of my favorite wines to enjoy. Look at that man with the plan, something I recommend doing. And they enjoyed it while we were cooking, and he gave me a small, meaningful gift. That's amazing. So I'm not sure what the gift is. I'll have to report back to you on that. He really put effort and thought into planning the date. Men, this is what women are looking for, effort. It's my number one thing I tell every woman to look for. So when you are looking to see what kind of caliber a man is, that will indicate everything, his effort. So I love that he planned it. Women love a man with a plan. I get it. I'll be sharing with you guys later on how to create the plan so that she's comfortable and you're comfortable and you look good. She said, I loved it. It was one of the best dates I've had in a long time. We've talked about getting together again on Sunday, but I haven't heard from him yet to solidify the plans. All right, guys, don't let it go too long. Never a good idea. She said there were no deal breakers, and she liked everything about him. He was a little bit short, but he's still a handsome guy. Ladies, get over the short thing. I'm telling you right now, get over the short thing. If he's an amazing man, stick with it. Because at the end of the day, tall doesn't pay the bills. Tall doesn't make them more committed to you. Tall doesn't mean they're more trustworthy. Get over it. You want a man who adores you. All right, well, let's get into banter today. Now, it's interesting. I also do coaching and I help with all of my clients, whether it's matchmaking or just coaching. I will sometimes write out the texts that they need to send to somebody and I make it really fun and flirty. A lot of my clients are C-suite executives, so sometimes their mind is very work mode and they don't know how to be fun and flirty and really kind of get into that relaxed zone when it comes to their dating life. They're really good in their business and very cordial and know that proper line. But moving out into the real world of dating, they get a little nervous about being overly charming or too flirty. Katy, what is that saying to someone? And interestingly enough, when I do get my clients to trust me enough to say, Katy, this seems not something I would normally say, but I'm going to do it. Every time they say, Katy, I'm so glad I said that because he loved it. Katy, she really felt comfortable when I sent that text that you helped me write because I know what both sides are looking for. So trust me on this. Now, banter is a little bit more the fun, playful side. So it's not always about safety and security, but it really is because you want to make sure that it's not teasing in a bad way, but teasing in a fun way. So let's talk about banter. So, the dictionary says banter is a playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks. Good humor teasing. Now, let's talk about teasing because I do not like to be teased. I have gone out with guys who tease me to a point where I'm annoyed. I find it rude, and I almost feel like they're my big brother now. Like it's a total friend zone movement. Like you just kidded me about me being a mom. Even I've had guys tease me. They think they're teasing me about my career. Well, who would ever pay for that? And why would you do that? And It's so rude that, I've had a date end in the middle of a date because he just kept teasing me about my career. And why would anybody pay for me? And who would need that kind of service? And I was like, check, please. I'm out. Like, stop saying that. And so I think it's really important that you're not teasing somebody, that you keep it playful and keep it fun, keep it light. You don't know, especially in an early stage, what will trigger someone. Now, I understand, ladies, sometimes you can't let everything trigger you. Kind of like water on a duck's back. You got to let it roll. Or you can honestly say, you know what, that's not the teasing I like, but I do like it when you're playful and fun. So communicate that early on, just because not everybody knows everybody's teasing limit. I had a brother that would tease me. My mother used to say to me, Katy, go figure it out yourself. She would never stand up with me. So I think I became really aggressive, actually, because my mom made me go handle it myself. And so now I'm like, oh, you want to fight? Oh, you want to tease? And I kind of will come back as a powerhouse rather than just fluffing it off. So everybody will respond differently. So make sure the teasing is appropriate according to the person you're doing it with. All right. Of course, that builds in time, but always kind of read their body language, you guys. And make sure your body language when you are in that banter is fun, it's positive, there's a smile, and that's if you're in the real world. Now, when you're doing this online, you guys know I'm a big fan of online dating. I've just made 10 podcasts to help you prepare, to have a great profile, to have great pictures. Go back and listen to all my episodes, 13, 14, 15, 16. I am here sequentially helping you to have a great online profile because I think it's a great way to date. But you can also do that inside of your online dating. So the big thing is with this, I think it's really important that in the world of dating, you need to broaden your interest horizon, okay? So you're going to need to have a quick wit and you're going to need to know a little bit about a lot of stuff. Now, that's one thing I'm really good at. I'm kind of I call it an umbrella person. I'm not uber specific in what I do. I've had so many careers in my life. I've been a chef. I've been a trainer. I've been a Disney character. I've been a teacher. I lived in China. I speak Spanish. I can literally have a touch point with every person I ever run into anymore. I'm a mother. I played sports. I know about whiskey. Like, I can find a common denominator and be able to kind of have that quick wit, that exchange with anybody. So if you are not that diverse, you might need to broaden that perspective in your own life. For example, years ago, I got my sister-in-law, decades ago, I should say, a date with this very cute guy that I found at a coffee shop. And this is before I was even matchmaking. And I knew he liked golf. We were talking in the line. And then he had called her. This is back in the day when everybody just called. And he had asked her, so what do you like to do in your free time? And my sister-in-law at the time, she was younger, in her 20s. She says, well, I like to shop. And I remember thinking, oh, did you just say that? And I had prepped her saying that he likes golf. This is what he does for a living. Kind of hoping that she wouldn't look so shallow and 20. Like her world is a little bit bigger than just shopping. And it's such a turnoff when all you can talk about is one thing, especially if it's just menial like shopping. So ladies, don't bring up shopping. Tacky, right? Every guy out there is shaking his head like, thank you. So try to learn a little bit about a lot of things. And actually, while you're dating, men love it. Ladies, I'm going to tell you this. Actually, anybody does, but men really love it when you ask them to help you, to teach you something. So if you are dating a guy and he's great about wine, he knows all the information, learn something from him. If he knows about golf, ask him questions and ask him to teach you. If he knows about pool, if he knows about aerodynamics, whatever it is that also kind of sparks your interest, ask him to share more with you so that you can learn a little bit about a lot of stuff. So moving on, we're going to talk about the fact that before you go on a date with someone, before you even begin to have a deeper dialogue with anybody, especially online, you can do something. And I know you're going to think this is ridiculous, but you should do a little research. So if you're looking at someone's online profile, if you are looking at someone when you're out on a date and you see their outfit or whatnot, if there is a way that you can kind of pre-research, like let's say I'm going out with a guy who loves to golf. He has 2 golfing pictures, which is one too many. You guys know I'm a believer in just one photo of each kind. But he has 2 pictures of him golfing. He obviously likes to golf. If I'm smart and I really think this guy is cute and I really want to, make it a home run on the date and get a second date, which is the goal, I will do a little bit of research. If I don't know anything about golf, I'll ask somebody I know. I will Google it. If you know they have a classic car, find out about that classic car. So for example, I was just in the database today, and one of the guys that I'm contacting, he has a 1974 Stingray. Now, if anybody knows, that is a cool old Corvette. And because I know that, I quickly sent him a text and said, hey, so jealous, I want your car. Right away, connection point. And how do I know about Corvette Stingrays? Because I think knowing about classic cars is pretty hot for a girl. Guys love it, especially if they love classic cars. And I want one. I'll be honest. I want the T-top and I want it in red. So there you go. So make sure that you do a little bit of research so that you look informed. Guys, you can do the same thing. Obviously, if they're a mom in their neighborhood, if they love food, make sure you know how to talk about food. I mean, foodies love foodies. So if you're not a super foodie, make sure you can talk about something cool in your neighborhood as well. All right, number 4, make sure that your body language and your smile is showing that it's just fun and banter. How do you do that in texting or in DMing inside of an app? You use emojis. And I'm not talking about 7, I'm talking about 1. It is so amazing how everything is misread, misconstrued. People's energy from that day, if they read a text, they're thinking, well, that's, in their mind, they read it, maybe not how you said it. So make sure you add an emoji if needed and really get that clear that you're just having fun. The little smiley face with the tongue out, whatever it is, use an emoji. They can be used for good reasons. And lastly, go ahead and steal some lines. Like I'm going to give you some right after this, and I'll be honest, I just stole them from online. I am a believer in trying to search through someone's profile and find something where you can make a quick quirky comment on and give a good banter. Maybe you need to Google before you do that so you can actually look like you know something about it because you're listening to what I'm saying and you did your research. But I love DMs and I love messaging because it gives you a second to think about your response. And how do you make it fun? How do you make it flirty? How do you make it competitive? Because that's really what people love. I mean, this is the start. This is where the mojo begins, you guys, is that witty banter. How smart can you be? Or are you just boring? I mean, there's a lot of boring, how was your day? How was your day? Like, don't ask me that. Like, hey, cuteness, did you run 5 miles today? Or did you have to go into that darn thing called work? Did you have to go to that darn office today? Something even more fun, making a one-liner more special and creative. So some of these lines that I'm going to share with you, I just took off the internet. Now, some are my OGs, okay? Don't feel like you have to OG everything out. OG means the original. Well, it means the original gangster, but in this case, we're not gangsters. But anyways, see, again, like if you know what an OG is, that's a fun little witty banter that I could have with someone. You're so OG, right? And then they're like, well, what's OG? And it makes me look smart and it makes them interested in me. Or if they know that they are OG, they'll be like, okay, I'm OG too. Like what OG, whatever. You can run with that. So for example, I have a pickup line and I use this all the time. My kids know it. People say they use it as well. If you're out and about, this not so much online, but if you're out and about, this is what you can say. You can say, hey, what brings you out tonight? It's not a lot of witty banter, but you can make it more witty. So for example, hey, what brings you cuties out tonight? Okay, there's a little bit more of a, hey, you guys are cute. Here's one guys could say, what brings 3 amazing women out tonight to this neck of the woods, right? Keeping it a little bit more unique and different. So keeping them smiling and engaged into what you're saying. So that is a great one if you're out and about. If you're going to be doing in real life, IRL, then you want to say, what brings you out tonight? The reason that is good as well is because people have an opportunity to say, oh, my kids are at home, my husband's at home, but I'm with my single girlfriend. So it gives people an exit if needed. Now here's a couple more, and you can write these or you can actually say them in real life. So you look like trouble, ... I love it. I think it's cute. I think it's a little goofy, a little cheesy, but I like it. How about this one? Did you save this seat for me? You could also write on a profile, have you been waiting for my DM all day because I've been waiting for yours, something like that. So about this interaction and how you've been wanting and waiting for them. So here's another one. When you're looking at their photos on their online profile, that photo looks way too fun. I think I'd be afraid to do that. Something where you're trying to get in good with them and do something with them, but they're better at it, so you want to learn from that. Great idea. How about this? Okay, now you got me all unfocused. That's in real life a great one, and even on text, right? How about this? I'm on to you, mister. Now, I say this a lot. I say this with my kids. I'm on to you, missy. Something fun in the sense where if, let's say, it's going a little bit too saucy for you, you just met somebody online and they're trying to go like a little bit on the sexual route, you could be like, hey, I'm on to you, mister. I think that's fun, but not just yet. Ladies, you can't always dismiss a guy who is being too sexual too fast. Only reason I say this is because, well, men are like that. But now the good guy is not going to run that too soon. Sometimes I'll even just test it out. Give him a chance. Set your standard with a cute little text like that. Hey, I'm on to you, mister. I know that sounds like fun, but you're going to have to earn that. Okay? You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be a little biatch about it. You can just set your standard and watch to see if he raises his bar. Lastly, cheesy but cute. You could say, you know what? It should be illegal to look that good. Now, guys, I didn't make these up. Some of them I did, but you can just look online. Find one that works for you. Find a cute little banter line. Ladies, guys love competition. You could say something like, okay, game on. How easy was that? Okay, game on. For whatever it is that he said in his bio, for whatever it is when you're out and about, it could be a game of thumb war, for Pete's sake. So please, you guys, take a minute, Google it, get some ideas, have your line. You'll feel much more confident in real life and even in your online banter when you feel like there's something that you say well and you smile while doing it. All right, you guys, make sure you subscribe and follow for more. We're going to be doing so many more on online dating, but the juicy stories are going to start coming out, so you are going to want to hang out for that. Make sure you get in my database. If you want coaching, if you want matchmaking, please, datingwithkaty@gmail.com, and we will see you next time.